I've never painted with music.
Now, how exhausting is this to do paintings like this?
Very exhausting. I mean, sometimes you'll start working on a painting, you'll be on it for 8, 9 hours and not even know that you didn't eat all day. I love it so much that it is one of those great jobs that you know, you can't wait to wake up in the morning. I mean, there's times I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I always have a notebook next to my bed where I'm writing something that just came to my head. Mm-hmm. And then I just can't wait to get up to start again. I mean, it's not like one of these ones where you dread getting up in the morning going, oh God, man, I got to go to work today. And this is, I just hate what I'm doing in life. I tell the audience that, you know, life's too short, you know, and I mean, if it's the money or something like that, then that's something you've got to take care of on your own. But find something that you really, really love and that you can work 12, 13 hours a day on.
Now, do you do particular readings or watching visual arts, TV, movies, videos to get you inspired at all?
Not really. I watch TV, but I'm, you know, like when people go up there and say, oh, I've never watched TV. Well, I love it. I have it on. I have it on if I'm not watching it. You know, who cares? But I really don't like look at a show and say, okay, that'd be a great idea to put inside something like that. I mean, I think I've been blessed pretty much with a very good imagination where it just, you know, thank God that it just comes. I mean, it comes to me at some of the oddest places. If I'm out to dinner sometimes, I'm taking the napkin and I'm writing. Mm-hmm. And it's, you know, it's just, and I keep these things for further use down the line. Mm-hmm. Or, you know, I'm not one to ever use a tape recorder, but I just like writing them.
Like, for example, what would some of your notes say?
My notes might say, you know, like, I just got back from Miami and you're sitting around the pool there and you're supposed to be relaxing and it says cell phone junkie. So I had cell phone junkie because all these phones are ringing at once, all different tones, all these different tones. And where I put into a smaller sketch on that was saying, you think you look so cool, but you're really ignorant. I mean, it's just these, I don't know where it comes from, but it does. And it's distressing where you try to get away and all these phones, you feel like you're in an office. Mm-hmm. And so I never carry, you know, I carry it a couple times, so if it's an emergency, I usually keep it off. Sure. And then, you know, I don't want to be bothered. And when I'm painting, my wife knows that I don't have a phone in my studio or nothing. Nobody gets a hold of me until I'm back.
Now, do you notice a progression in what your art is showing?
Oh, absolutely. From my first ones to the ones I'm doing right now, there's a lot of progression. I think I've got a lot more sophisticated. I mean, if you see these things, it's a little more sophisticated.
How would you describe that?
Well, in my first paintings, the first painting I did do realistic paintings. From the second ones that were coming into what I'm doing now, there was a lot less writing. There was, you know, more of a painting and thing like this. But then I got into, I don't put the writing inside there so people can say, okay, I know he put this writing in here so he could tell us the story, what's happening here. If you read any one of these things, none of it, only where the writing is makes sense. It doesn't tell the whole story of the whole thing. It's just, it's the ideas that comes to my mind. You know, I mean, like right behind you it says, does your mind ever race? And I have a little car there racing down the street. Well, you know, people's minds do race. And it's pretty much what I see in life.
So these are such complex pieces that this form that you're taking here could go on for quite a long time.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that a lot of people, if you see one of my heads, some of the heads that I have inside here, basically they're with grit teeth, like, or the tongue coming out. I have tongue good, tongue bad, tongue love. These are words that are inside a lot of mine. Or one of the big things is I have pyramid. I have a three pyramid symbol that I put on some of these paintings. That, you know, pyramid head means you're dead. There's different things that will show. If I have that over a head, that means that person's dead.
So this picture, painting down here, could you talk a little bit about the one on the floor here?
Oh yes, this one is basically about you know, the airplanes that I have inside here and things like this were flight. This is basically from a trip, taking a trip. So what I was progressively put inside here is people that I met with inside, going overseas, the jet ride coming over. It's self-explanatory in different areas where I've written things, words that I might have heard somewhere, people's faces I might have seen in an outdoor cafe. Basically, is what is in this one.
And what do you want the viewer to get out of it?
I want the viewer in this one was basically more a color for me. If you saw this up on a wall, far, standing back, you'd see all these colors mesh. That's why I use, in a lot of my paintings, you'll see I'll use different oil sticks or oil pastels, red, green, blue, orange, and with the white background. So as you look at it, these colors blend in. They actually not only tell a story with the words that I've written in here, they're actually putting color into the painting.
How often do you go back and just wipe out a whole large part?
I'll do that a lot. I would probably say 40% of the time, and it's so fun. It's wild because my wife will come to the studio and see it and love it, or some people will come in there, well, I really love that, and they'll say, what happened to that painting that you did? Did you finish it? And I said, no, it's right here. And
why would you do such a thing?
Because I wasn't happy with it. It's, my whole thing is not pleasing the creator. If I'm not pleased with it as a creator, and I don't think that I had my whole 100% going into that painting, then I wasn't going to, I'm not going to allow it. I think that I had to fine tune it.
And what would it be that would please you about it?
Oh, the color. A lot of times the color, or things I might have thought of when I was angered at times.
Jim, our time has just come to an end at this time.
Okay.
I hope you join us again.
Sure.
And Metro Art and Book Talk, I hope you join us again too. I'm Mary Ann Verdejas.
Great.